Okay, we had a good morning this morning. Today is the 28th of May, and it's NVDA reporting day. So it's a big day, but when you have NVIDIA reporting, the market usually chops around and is very tough to trade. So I kind of got in, got my money, and got out like I typically try to do. Uh, this is our opening bar here, I believe, or this bar, but we pushed up and it really it pulled back down, but you could tell it wanted to go up. And I figured there'd be a lot of buyers off the open, anticipating NVIDIA doing something this afternoon. So I waited, and once this rejected here, because when it pulled down here, it really fought to get down here. It did not just jump down here. And you could tell that it did not. Price action suggested that it really didn't want to go. So when it pulled back up here, I got in and I got out right there for about 9 points. I got a really bad fill on that. Once this pulled down here and rejected again, I got back in because I realized really I'd gotten out too early. I went up and this thing kind of stalled. It went up, came back down, and kind of stalled, and I got out. And then I got back in here and I took another couple of points. And then I got back in here and I took another couple of points. Now, that's not normally the way I trade, but the reason that I was doing that was at some point, the people with lots of money are going to pull this thing down. They know that NVIDIA is liable to have a good report, drive the market up a bunch, and they're going to want to buy as cheap as they can. So at some point, and sure enough, that's what happened. This thing pushed on up, but then it pulled way back down after this. So I was really leery about them just jerking the rug out from under this thing early and driving it down. As it turned out, they did, but it took them a little longer than I anticipated it might. So I was being very cautious. NVIDIA reporting days are not generally very good days to trade. We got a decent open here that I could see what was happening. I had a pretty good feel for what price action was doing. So I made a few trades. We ended up at roughly $325 on 4 contracts. So about $1,351 is what we ended up with today in about 7 minutes. I trade the open because the market is moving. Is it volatile? Well, if it gets too volatile, I just don't trade it. But this morning we had a good read. The price was definitely struggling to go down, so I waited for it to reject. So a decent trade today. I lost a little money yesterday and didn't. The recording didn't come out for some reason, but I did lose a little money yesterday. But good day today. The good news is with NVIDIA reporting after closing today, tomorrow the market's very likely either going up or down, a bunch. So we're either going to move up a bunch or down a bunch. And so you have to pick your days to make money. Today was not a day that, I anticipated making a whole lot of money. Tomorrow, maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens. But tomorrow could be a big day. But you got to survive and be there for those days. So we'll be happy with what we made today, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.